Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Title Scoop. We're going to continue with cyber fraud. I've got a couple more examples and thought that they'd be helpful again because we are getting busy and it's always good to kind of be aware of the little things that we can do to protect our clients and our company. So the first one was actually, it happened several years ago, but it happened in California. There was $1.5 million stolen from this escrow company. What happened is there were a Trojan horse actually attacked their system. And if you don't know what a Trojan horse is, it's a virus that takes over your computer. So that can happen from clicking, a link in an email or, I always say don't click links, responding to something. There's various ways that it can attach. So that's what happened. And in California, there is a law there that basically if you have money that's stolen, you need to report it. So that's what this company did. They reported it stolen. And they had 3 days to replenish it. And if you can't replenish it, then you actually can no longer be in business until those funds can be replenished. So that's what happened in this case is they reported it. They weren't able to replenish it. They were a pretty small company. So they ended up having to close their doors. So what can you learn from that? Well, a lot of things. One, don't click on links ever in emails, that especially if you don't know where they're coming from. The other thing is talk to your bank about potential safeguards. Things that I think are good is see what your safeguards are. If you're sending overseas wires, that's probably not super common. So see if your bank has a safeguard for that. See if there's a certain amount, if it's over a certain amount, can they do it? If it's during certain hours, like if it's 3 a.m, why would a wire be going out? Like I said, talk to your bank because sometimes they do have ways to put flags in to where they can alert you. And then make sure you too look into different software programs. There's a lot of software programs out there on the escrow side that can really help you prevent hackers from gaining access to your account or to your computer. So look into those. If you need some ideas, shoot me an email. I'm happy to throw you some names of some companies that you could talk to and see if they would be good for you. So the next one is actually, again, it happened several years ago as well. This was in Virginia and it was an escrow or a title company. And they actually saw some suspicious activity on their escrow account. So when they started looking into it and talking to their bank, they realized that they had 2 different malware viruses that had attacked their settlement software. So they were lucky because they caught it pretty early. It was only $300,000 that had been wired out, but it could have been a lot worse. So when they looked into it, their IT found out that it ended up being that the hackers were able to gain access through an outdated version of Java. So my advice on this one is don't push those updates off. We all get those updates on our computer and we're right in the middle of something and it says, do you want to update now? And you want to say no because you're in the middle of something. But I suggest either just doing them or set it up to auto update when you're, after hours, when you've restarted, when you're off work. I started doing that because I was definitely the person who was like, I don't have time to update this right now. I'm in the middle of doing something. So I suggest auto updates because I think that's the best way. Make sure you have the most up-to-date security software. Make sure you have the most up-to-date, anything that your IT company or your IT team is telling you to do that because that's their job is to keep us safe. And we need to make sure we're running all the updates on our computers. So along those same lines, I do tell people don't shop at work. Don't surf the net at work. It's really easy to jump on the internet and do something, but I suggest use your phone. You don't want to be the reason, again, that someone can get into your system and hack in and steal money or do fraudulent wires. So I suggest as a best practice, don't shop at work. That's my advice. With that, that's all we have for this week. If you have any other topics, let me know. If not, we'll see you next week.